Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like...
Cuervo.
I think he could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cuervo.
Rinse takes your laundry and hand-delivers it to your door, expertly cleaned and folded. So you could take the time once spent folding and sorting and waiting to finally pursue a whole new version of you. Like Tea Time You. Or this Tea Time You. Or even this Tea Time You.
Said you hear about Dave?
Or even Tea Time You.
So update on Dave.
It's up to you. We'll take the laundry. Rinse. It's time to be great.
At Sierra, discover top workout gear at incredible prices, which might lead to another discovery. Your headphones haven't been connected this whole time. Awkward. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
The beloved Jim Mandich once described certain listeners during a different radio age. He would say of people who listened to the show during the working hours that they were corporate time-stealing weasels. And this week, I'm the executive of a corporation, and I've got on my hands an assortment of employees who are corporate time-stealing weasels because no one's trying this week. No one in America is trying at work this week. And Chris Cody says to me, let's just do a Thanksgiving show. I'll play Thanksgiving sounds from our past.
Ooh, John Gruden, hand turkey.
Yeah, see, the hand turkey.
Random Thanksgiving. You want to do
turducken.
You want to do, no, I've got this right. There's no employee in America trying this week, correct?
I mean, I felt like yesterday was a creative lift, pal.
I tried really hard. I mean, I typed Thanksgiving into my computer and I saw what came up.
What'd you find? Can you do better than them? Can you do better than them with your lazy Thanksgiving show, as Mike's talking about what a heavy lift yesterday was? For
I mean, Mike said a great one. John Gruden talking about hand turkey.
Yeah. That was your cue. Don't say off the air.
Very important that I start at the rear first. This tail feather gives me speed and precision. And it's these mid feathers you got to be careful with as you go around your Super Bowl ring, you know. But these middle feathers are the brain of the outfit. And this front feather, that points the direction that this hand turkey goes.
Do we forgive him? I forgive him. I forgive him. Jameis has this thing too. And I know now that Jeremy's back in,
he's just so it's going to be likable. You're just going to do likable now.
This guy seems to have learned the lessons.
Okay,
it is Thanksgiving.
I love him too.
Like you learned. I'm ready for you to come back to a job.
Really, you guys are doing this with
what? We decided it with Mike Tyson.
He learned from the first one, the second one, the third one.
I did my first ever radio show 21 years ago, Thanksgiving. First ever. No experience. Throw me on the air.
Well, sure.
Yeah!
Nobody's listening on Thanksgiving.
We needed someone to do
you're working
$7.90 a ticket.
You're working a holiday for $9 an hour.
I did like 5 straight hours on Thanksgiving.
I had so many trembling voice sports flashes for me during the holiday shifts at $7.90.
You were doing, Zaslow was doing a 5-hour solo show on Thanksgiving?
No. It was me and Zach Krantz.
Head coach Jacques Martin says David Booth should be good to go. Puck drop at the NCRC is at 7:30.
Zaslow, you worked 5 straight hours on Thanksgiving Day, no holiday.
Yep.
How much were you making an hour?
Oh well, I was on salary, but my salary was so pathetic. You want to guess what my first year salary was?
$7 an hour.
Let's remember, Stugotz was the one who he paid me
$28,000.
That's exactly right.
What? Wow.
Yeah.
How'd you know that?
I just guessed.
As an on-air host?
That's an unbelievable
Well, no, I
guess.
wasn't an on-air host.
No, he was just a hand.
Yeah.
He was like a
hand turkey.
producer.
28,000.
Occasional flash anchor, and then occasional weekend talent.
Yeah.
That's a going rate around like 2006 for Jonathan Zaslow.
I feel like that's what I started at ESPN.
Facts.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
So the two-time defending champion Panthers win 8-3 on the road, and it's the second story tonight because the team in sports locally that has been a tribute to organizational stability in this market over this century has announced that they've got that feeling that was around the initial Hassan Whiteside where, oh, the Heat have a freak too now. The Heat have an athletic freak now too who is very young and ridiculously athletic. And it's like watching easier alley-oops to Bam when he's around the basket because the Heat have a bona fide big man star in that sport where you're like, ooh, shit, that's athletic. That's more athletic than almost anything I'm watching. To have both of those things happen on the same night, to have Mike Ryan still yelling and howling at the sky at anything University of Miami related, and to have Chris Cody wander in here and say, do you want Booger McFarland talking about Thanksgiving? And I'm like, yeah, I do actually.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, buddy. I'm going home to Tampa, and I'm looking for some dressing and some ham because Boog don't do turkey, baby.
What else do you have from your lazy Thanksgiving file?
Lazy? That's not lazy. Okay, he's doing a tough job.
You gotta run a search.
Come on, man.
I have Bill Belichick talking about his favorite side dishes.
Other than football, what's your favorite Thanksgiving side dish?
Yeah. Well, I mean, pretty much everything. There's not much food that I don't like, so.
Are you a cook?
Could we start with dessert?
Sure.
But got to leave room for everything else, so. Yeah. It's great. It's a great holiday. It's a great holiday. Football, family, and football. I mean, football, family, and food, so. Yeah, sign me up.
He forgot the family part.
Football, family, and football. He meant to say football and football and football. What else do you have from your Thanksgiving file of lazy work because you, like everyone else in America, isn't actually working this week?
I have Reese Davis reading a looks like submission for us.
Greg Williams looks like your divorced uncle who brings a call girl to Thanksgiving.
I don't think we're calling them call girls anymore.
Of a time, Dan. Of a time. Relax.
Wow. Reese Davis must really regret that.
I don't know how we got any of that sound. That all seems like ESPN sound. None of that sound seems like it's ours. We got that in the negotiations. We got that as part of our library. What else do you have from our majestic Thanksgiving file?
I have former Commanders owner Daniel Snyder wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving.
First off, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Okay. All right, so that's sad.
It's a little lazy. Okay, I admit.
I was really worried with like the setup and the former team name. I'm like, Chris.
You heard the silence?
Where's he going? Where's he going?
It took me a second to find Commanders.
It's like Will Chamberlain yesterday. It's like, it's in there somewhere. Yeah. Somebody get me the right name.
I have Les Miles talking about favorite part of Thanksgiving. We can get to that later.
Can't tell the story of Thanksgiving without them. And I don't mean the Commanders.
Call girl. Like, we're not doing
it. Reese Davis, too.
It's Greg Williams.
If I made a list of people I would at least would want to say that.
Look, I think my father calls them ladies of the night, or I think he graduated at his tawdriest to streetwalker. But call girl, like, that seems like that was out of style. Call girl was like 2 generations ago. On like, it's not okay to say that anymore. That's not what we're calling. That's not what we're calling ladies of the night.
I think it's the most respectful way.
Yeah.
Do you have Les Miles there talking about Thanksgiving?
I am the easiest man to please when it comes to food. I have to be honest. I think it's definitely the turkey with a warm gravy. Maybe it's the last spoon or fork of food on the plate, that has a little bit of salt and pepper and maybe a little bit of the turkey and gravy and some of the stuffing that would be there, and maybe just a smidgen of that cranberry stuff, right? Not like a big, not kind of overwhelm the last bite, but that right there, oh my goodness, right? That last bite's worth a lot. I might add that the turkey sandwich with mayonnaise, mustard, and onions, and a little salad, a little lettuce, kind of makes for good eating later too, doesn't it?
Now, while he makes a tremendous point, not ready to forgive him.
I was just about to forgive him. Are we ready for champion Les Miles to get back in the LSU hunt? Because that one's interesting. I want to get to Lane Kiffin later in the show, but let's bypass the Panthers for a moment and just celebrate what seems to be a Miami Heat team that's going to be relevant all year. They've won 5 straight. Now, you might want to pay attention. Detroit won 13 straight. Like, they've lost twice, and Detroit is really good, but Miami is going to try with style of play, with, I dare say, revolutionary style of play in terms of what they're trying to do pace-wise.
No, it is, because they are on pace right now to set an NBA record for fewest ball screens in league history.
Can you settle a little mystery that I've had with you since yesterday? You texted me yesterday, you have a good team. And then 20 minutes later, I didn't respond to it. You're like, oh, I'm sorry, that text wasn't for you. I was like, there's no way this guy's talking about the Cyclones. Who was that for? Someone with the Heat? Because they have a good team.
It was meant for Mickey Arison. Yes, and Mike Ryan and Mickey Arison are like alphabetically.
So you confuse sports owners. I get it.
Yeah. Your Cyclones, your Cyclones also are
owner friends.
Your Cyclones, representative standard bearers in the market, more first places than not during their tenure.
We don't need to get into it. Been a bit of a dry spell for the Cyclones, but we are the top seed with 2 weeks left to go in the season. But damn, we have a Bueno predicament.
Yeah. We do. Bueno's been out all year. He just came back, and we're starting playoffs now. We've been cooking without him all year.
But we have to work him back into the rotation, and a lot of Fronton rust on Bueno last game. Now, the league has come down and made a ruling. Robin's been such a great replacement for us. They said Robin gets half the playoff matches, and Bueno gets half the playoff matches, which is great if Bueno is in form. But if we're dealing with Rusty Bueno, Dan, we have a good thing going here. It's kind of like Tom Brady and Drew Bledsoe.
I was going to say it's kind of like Tyler Herro, except we learned Tyler Herro is still awesome, and the Heat are going to be better with him.
We learned nothing about Tyler Herro.
He fits
We
the
learned
offense.
How can you say that?
That was like the worst offensive performance of the season. And
how about Simone Fontecchio make a shot?
They were 5 of 27 from 3. Like, it had nothing to do with Tyler Herro.
No, Tyler Herro, I looked at the box score. I didn't watch the game. Yeah, but Tyler Herro seems
sweeping judgment.
He seemed to have had a good game. No. But I also looked at the box score, and I'm like, wow, Tyler Herro really fits in nicely. He helped the team win. And then I see box score, Norm Powell, 0 minutes. I'm like, that's the one.
Well, but I can stop you for just a moment, because it was fun. It was fun going between championship excellence on my televisions, because I wasn't watching 2 games at once. I was toggling between them. And so I'm watching the Panthers throttle.
What a team.
Throttle Nashville. Score 8 goals against Nashville. And I'm watching that. But I'm also watching what has been the standard bearer for sports in this market over 25 years. Took the city away from the Dolphins. I'm watching this science lab across the street over here that we all know to be like a bit of a military school for we will sharpen the 10 best players into something and try and change the sport once we get out from what this Jimmy thing was. What you saw from Tyler Herro last night that is most encouraging is the game's going to be made very easy for him this way if you're going to open up the floor that way and have him just be super efficient mid-range when he's killing you in the mid-range. Now, they missed 1 million shots last night. Like that Dallas, they were playing the 3rd time in 4 nights. Dallas stinks.
It was like 0-0 like midway through the first quarter.
Dallas stinks. Wasn't it 8 minutes without
8 minutes, it was 0-0.
Both teams started like 0 for 6. Heat were 0 for like 3
I think
from
it was
a free
1
throw.
for 14 combined at one point.
Let's not get lost in the minutia of the following. Okay, yes, you could have lost last night. Clay could have taken the 3 or not passed it up, or you could have lost. You should have lost. You threw the game away at the end, and Dallas just missed those shots at the end, and it would have been a really bad loss at home. But macro on what we're talking about here, they're going after this season with a pace that doesn't have a precedent, that numerically you will see the time spent in the half court. When they run on you, they will wear you down in the 4th quarter. And they have at the center of it, in Kel'el Ware, what appears to be a bit of an extraterrestrial. Like, this is Hassan Whiteside if you can sharpen it in the new age of like, oh shit, that's going to block, that's going to wipe glass, that's going to make threes, that's going to dunk on you with easy lobs.
Isn't it also important to remember, though, like when we were seeing these kind of numbers from Hassan Whiteside, Hassan wasn't shooting threes, Kel'el Ware is doing that, but also when Hassan got to the Heat, he was like 26 years old.
Yeah.
And Kel'el Ware's what? 20?
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably a major difference.
Well, this is a bit of a spaceship, is what I'm saying, because I thought Hassan was almost 29. I thought, but
spaceship is a good word.
Where's 21?
When you consider they're both a bit dubbed to be astronauts. Let's just put that kindly.
Okay, but so fine.
Don't forget, like, you've had some of that, like, Spo's called Ware out publicly. Like, this guy needs to learn how to be a pro.
And look how he's responded.
So far, so good.
I'll do it. No one else wants to do it. I'm going to look back at Riley, Pat, Jeremy. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Why are you saying so to Jeremy?
We've doubted.
Thank you.
This guy for a couple of years. We wanted to get rid of. We wanted Kevin Durant. Get rid of Ware. Get Kevin Durant. Like Jeremy.
Get rid of
I see what you guys saw. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Kevin Durant would look nice in this offense. I know he's dealing with something right now.
No,
you don't think so?
No,
for who? I'll give him Jovic.
No, it would smother the usage rate. Like, it would look. I'm kind of startled to see this part of it, right? Because I've told you before, we can concede, right?
Hold on. Kevin Durant would smother the usage rate, but Tyler Herro isn't?
That's why I said I'll give him Jovic.
I'm sorry. I'd much rather have Kevin Durant have Tyler Herro's usage rate in this offense than Tyler Herro.
Look, we can discuss this again if you want, because I know that you would have liked to play an all-or-nothing season on whatever is left of Kevin Durant, which might be a push in Houston that makes them a good deal better, because that's an unstoppable player.
Wow. Thank you for opening that door over there. It was going so well for the Pro Heat guys, but I seized on this one.
But wait a minute. I want to stop you for a second. I do want to stop you for a second, because can we trust that the people across the street over here, that they know a little bit more about the science of what they're doing than we do?
No.
Yes?
They went 2 seasons wasting a window, and we pounded tables for them to do something. They did something, and now look at them. No, they don't get it. They don't. Oh, okay.
You know
they
more
threw
than
away
they
the
do.
last 2 seasons. Stop it. No, I'm glad that they righted the ship. It would appear, and they're going to be a feisty little 4 seed. That's cool. They need to continue adding.
All right,
that's what this team is.
Just settle down. You haven't watched the game.
You settled down.
You can't even get
down.
You can't even get the channel.
They lose 2 straight. They're back in the play-in.
Listen,
stop
to me.
it. Stop it. Stop with this victory parade.
You can't even watch the game.
Stop with this victory parade. Like you guys accomplished something.
No, listen.
You're 2 games away from being the 10 seed, going to Chicago again. Stop it.
Yes. Well, Milwaukee's not even the 10 seed right now. Boston's at the bottom of the conference. It's 15 games.
You guys sound like losers. Like you did something.
Listen.
You don't even watch the game.
Well, I'll watch when they're doing something.
Channel.
No, you won't.
You don't know how to get it.
Chris explained to me what I have to do.
Get it through Prime.
Hey, I'm a proud DraftKings partner. I seem to be the only one.
Folks, what if I told you you could give a gift that brings your favorite holiday traditions and memories to life every single day? With Aura Frame, you can. In the Cody family, the holiday tradition isn't just dinner. It's a spectacle every year. My dad deep frying a turkey, barefoot. Yeah, that's right. Outside, oil bubbling, toes exposed. Oh, that one toe. Naturally, someone's always filming it. And this year, I'm uploading all the glorious barefoot frying photos straight to Aura Frame. You can preload the frame before it ships, so when Greg opens it, the first thing he sees is his barefoot self, holding his deep fried turkey like a hero. And with unlimited free photos and videos, I can keep adding every new fire hazard memory for years to come. For a limited time, visit auraframe.com and get $45 off Aura's best-selling Carver mat frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code DLB at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code DLB. This exclusive Black Friday Cyber Monday deal is their best of the year, so order now before it ends. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
This time of year, it's a lot. Lights, noise, pumpkin spice, it's everywhere. But one feeling that we are all still chasing is coziness. And Bombas has the socks, slippers, and tees, basically everything to get you there. There's something oddly therapeutic about a fresh pair of socks, and Bombas knows that feeling and builds it into everything they make. Slippers you can melt into, tees that feel just right, comfort that holds up, wash after wash. And gifting, Bombas makes that easy too. Your wife, your kid's girlfriend, your neighbor's newborn, your mom's new friend. Yeah, they got socks for them all. They're even stepping up the footwear game. New colors, new styles, fluffy things, suede things. If you got feet, they've got something for you. And the best part, every pair you buy, Bombas donates one to someone experiencing homelessness. Cozy for you, cozy for someone else. I wear Bombas.
I got myself 3 pairs of underwear from Bombas, and they don't ride up, they don't bunch, they are very comfortable, very soft, and enjoyable to wear.
It's cozy season. It's Bombas season. Head over to bombas.com/Dan and use code Dan for 20% off your first purchase. That's bombas.com/DAN and use code DAN at checkout.
It's the holidays and the 50th anniversary of Miller Lite. The holidays are all about gathering around with family and friends, so why don't you bring out a cornucopia of that beautiful white can Miller Lite or draft, whatever it is. You know it's going to be a special time when you bring out Miller Lite, because Miller Lite makes special time Miller time. Whether it's a late night hang after the holiday party or standing around a fire pit with the fam, Miller Lite just fits. It's a taste you know you can depend on. Brewed for flavor with simple ingredients like malted barley, rich balanced toffee notes, and that iconic golden color. And at 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces, it lets you enjoy the season without weighing you down. The original light beer since 1975 and still hitting different 50 years later. The best holiday beers are the ones you don't expect. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. 'Tis Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Dan Le Batard. All these high-paid analysts, I don't want to mention names, TNT, ESPN, they are dead. They cannot, they're not going to make it, even if they win if they lose in Miami.
I need to calm you down.
That's right. If they lose in Miami, they don't got a chance in Boston. Or they are going to have their ass, in Boston, Stugotz. They were wrong. Are they going to lose their job? No. Are they going to get a cut in pay? No. What are they going to do? Keep predicting what is the obvious. They're going to say, the Nuggets are going to win. Denver, the altitude. And you know what? The Heat are going to win it all. This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
You do not and cannot.
I have a block on my screen, top right.
Find the Heat. We are asking you if you're watching these things, because this part I think is going to be annoying to Tony and Jeremy if I'm feeling what they're feeling correctly. Jeremy is someone who loves the Heat, and Tony is someone who loves basketball, just basketball, the art of basketball. To have you come over and not even be able to find the Heat on a channel, so you don't know the enthusiasm that Kel'el Ware is actually producing for the fan base, because
he was like the leader last night.
Hey, let me be clear. I know how to find it. I just don't want to support that regional network. But Chris is like, you can support Bezos. I'm like, that's way better. He seems nice.
He was like the leader last night, Kel'el Ware. He was barking at dudes. He's swatting shots into fifth row. I mean, would I like him to swallow the shot like Alonzo used to do and not put in the fifth row? Fine, but it still gets that emotion out of Kel'el Ware, and that's what I like to see right there.
I think it's time. We redraft 2024.
Dan, Kel'el Ware should have been the number 1 overall pick in last year's draft.
I might have to push back. I might have to push back.
You don't have to push back.
I might have to push back.
I'm going to save you the time from looking stupid, okay? Because if you have a 7-footer who hits threes and is 20 and 18, that guy is not the number 1 overall pick in the draft.
I might take the rookie of the year from that draft class. I might take the rookie of the year from that draft class.
That draft class, Tony, is hot.
I don't know that guy.
Garbage.
Stephon Castle won the rookie of the year. He's really good. He'd probably go number 1.
I know what team he plays on, but tell Mike.
That sounds like a 2K
He
name.
plays for the Spurs.
Zachary Risache was number 1. Alex Sarr was number 2.
These are not real names.
You're making up names.
You're telling me Kel'el Ware, you do a redraft, he's not the number 1 overall pick?
He would go 2.
He would go number 1 based on names that I've heard of before. Yeah. That seems to be a really bad draft class.
A 7-footer, historically bad. A 7-footer who gives you 20 and 18 is going number 1 over 6'6" Stephen Castle. Tony, get a clue.
Buddy, if he was good, he would have won Rookie of the Year.
In Zaz's defense,
you're out to lunch.
In Zaz's defense, win share leader and value over replacement player amongst the careers of that draft class thus far, Kel'el Ware leads in both.
Kel'el Ware is so much more valuable than Stephen Castle will be. You're out to lunch.
All right, so I've got...
Hey, lunch is here, buddy. Right here, look at me.
Tony?
Right here.
Mediterranean.
Meet you later.
Sounding like a sucker.
We get
I do that to you. You don't do that to me.
We get some of that tabbouleh later.
Tony?
Dan, he called me a sucker. He never calls me a sucker. I call him a sucker.
Tony?
Played yourself.
Tony, I don't know what's happening here, but this is what's just happened, okay? And it has been a crash course in Zaslow, because he looked at you and hit you in the face with the dead fish of, are you high? Get a clue. You're out to lunch twice, and then you played yourself. I just saw him dance on your grave.
Ooh. He tried to.
With the finest of the Zaslow moves.
Well, what is it? What Adidas he's got on there? You bought those at Payless.
Whatever, man. Don't get upset that I nailed you. I nailed you with all.
How do you figure Stephon Castle 6'6", great on defense, great scorer?
What is this height?
Come on, what are we doing?
Because a 7-footer is so much more valuable. Yeah, you're 6'6".
Can we just sit back and appreciate that we were headed someplace informative and substantial when it came to Heat discussion, and then Dan invoked Kevin Durant, and it all went off the rails.
Okay, you took the bait.
Letting me seize on this Heat culture war.
You took the bait because you want to dampen what's happening around the Heat, and you shouldn't. And the Panthers have set the new standard in town, but the Heat have been the standard in this town, and what they've managed to do.
They're back, baby.
In the post-Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant era of whatever basketball becomes, is they'd like to have a sleeker model of thing, and it can be that. If it's Tyler Herro and Norman Powell, and it's Bam Adebayo, and it's Kel'el Ware, wait, are those four guys going to figure it out? Because those four's a lot. Like that seems to be a four that would be really athletic and fast, and if they're going to play the pace at that, then you add pieces at the deadline, and then they're playing for the top of the conference, because Detroit, what have you ever won?
That's right. Toronto's number 2. Hell out of here.
I'm with you on Toronto. I think they're a bit of a front runner right now. I think Detroit is a real team, though.
That team's good, though.
Second in the East.
Ingram is really good for them. He's another one of these spaceships. Like, he's been underrated because New Orleans swallowed all the things he could have been, and like, that's a really good player. Like, if Scotty Barnes is your best player and he's your second best player, that's a really good too.
They're also a bit of a matchup problem for the Heat, and that the Heat's primary, we'll say, A players are guards and big men. Their wings are sort of the question of how much they'll be able to step up, whether that's Andrew Wiggins, whether that's Niko Jovic, even Jaime Jaquez Jr. coming off the bench, and he's not quite the size of those guys in Toronto. That becomes a matchup problem defensively. But he's been great. He's been great, and last night he was kind of sloppy off the bench. Like, their whole team struggled. They were 5 of 27 from 3, and the guy who ultimately saved them offensively at the end and throughout the game booing them was Tyler Herro, coming off an injury, having not played in 17 games. To have that type of timing on the mid-range game that Dan spoke about, floaters, he started 0 for 4. He then hit 12 of his next 14 shots, including the game winner.
If you look across the East, too, like, all the bigs have interesting situations with them. The Heat have 2 great defensive bigs that if that can kind of propel them and the guards and the wings can figure it out, like, that's a top of the conference kind of front line.
Kel'el Ware, the most encouraging part isn't just the rebound numbers. Yes, 16 rebounds per game since the text messages back and forth with Udonis Haslem after that Knicks game.
Man, Ben still looks stupid as hell.
But it's also the way he's accumulating blocks. At the beginning of his career, last year and even the beginning of this season, he was chasing blocks, just like Hassan Whiteside, just those same things that we learned. And defensively, they were like, he needs to learn to be a part of a team defensively. Last night, he led the Heat in minutes. When you want to know how the Heat feel about someone, when you want to know how Eric Spoelstra feels about someone, it's ultimately just the minutes they play. And for him to lead,
probably most coaches,
not just Tyler Herro, not just Bam Adebayo, but to have him playing 34 minutes last night, anchoring that defense and not chasing shot blots, it ultimately shows you the type of evolution that he has.
That's a real deep take of when a coach plays a guy a lot, that means he likes him.
It's a different conversation. You can love a prospect, a project, and not play them too many minutes to overexpose them. To have a 21-year-old kid who at the beginning of the year you were sitting for stretches, now anchoring your team and having games like this one on a night where no one was really doing anything.
And you saw there was cheating last night, too, by the referees, where they called that one alley-oop a goaltend that he caught from Pella. That's cheating,
Okay,
Dan.
but if I can just get you guys to look at the last 20 years through the prism of what the expectations are for this franchise, the starting point now on the conversation, because the conference is over, open. The starting point on the conversation is, oh, the Heat are going to be interesting again. They're going to make us wonder, oh, what do you trade in the defensive rating when Tyler Herro's getting you those mid-range buckets, but you're trading it on defense because he's a liability there. We know this.
If they had this exact same record right now, playing the same way they played last year, I don't think we'd be this excited. The big news to me of this is the style. They're the fastest team in the league all of a sudden.
Well, they're going to be interesting is my point. They'll go 5 for 27 every once in a while in threes, and they won't score 140. They'll score 104, third game in 4 nights. I'm more interested in the fact they're going to make the regular season interesting because where's the soap opera of, okay, do Herro and Norm Powell fit? Oh, whose team is it? Is Kel'el Ware going to grow up? Now you start investing in the personalities, and is this going to be a team I love because they're actually a team, or are they going to fight over the silly shit? Is Bam going to be the all-star?
Is Bam the fourth?
But that's the thing, right? That's where you get excited, and yet still offensive rating and defensive rating. Toronto's better.
Bad box score last night for Bam.
But if it's your fourth guy, you can live with that.
Toronto's better. It's not just that Detroit's better. Toronto is also better, and that's okay because those two teams don't scare you. Those organizations don't scare you because they're going to revolutionize how the Wings play, and they're going to have something that's that Kel'el Ware, is he going to grow into a star? We've been saying, the next player has to be better. The next player that Bam and Tyler play with has to be better than them. What if it's Kel'el Ware?
I would say that the should have been number 1 overall pick in last year's draft is going to be a star. Yeah.
Well, before the season, if I gave you high-end expectations, and if I tell you Miami's going to reshape the way that they play and they're going to hit a home run with the Powell acquisition, then you're really psyched about what this team could do at the deadline. But the Terry Rozier thing is looming over this franchise, and it's actually a huge pain in the ass.
Is it looming over the franchise?
It is in that they can't, they have a shot in this conference. People are hurt. It's kind of wide open. They have enough capital to go out there and get the next superstar that's a malcontent, and they have a roster spot and a salary that is easy to flip around the deadline that's expiring, and they can't move it.
I get it that Rozier makes, and you're right. It's total bullshit, obviously. And Adam Silver doing nothing per usual. Most overrated commissioner in the history of league sports. And the Heat are sitting here with an asset that they could trade, but who's the guy right now? Are you saying that between now and February someone will pop up?
I assume someone always pops up around the deadline, and I'm just saying this is something that's
would not fit what they're doing.
This is unfair. What the Heat are saddled with right now because they have a piece.
You're right.
It's a strange thing in the NBA where a terrible contract
it's unfair, but I just don't know. It's unfair, but I don't know that it's holding them back.
But where's the resolution, right? They knew about the situation, and then Miami traded for them, said nothing, and now we have an FBI indictment where now $26 million just kind of out of nowhere.
It wouldn't be Miami if there wasn't an FBI indictment somewhere around everything that's happening here.
Hey, Chris here. Black Friday game day is coming to Prime, and it'll be an epic day of live sports. Black Friday football is at the center of it, with the Chicago Bears taking on the Philadelphia Eagles at 3 p.m. Eastern. That's followed by the final night of the Emirates Cup NBA group play, and a doubleheader starting with the Bucks and Knicks at 7 p.m. and the Mavericks and Lakers at 10 p.m. What a nightcap game that is. But the whole day starts with the return of the Capital One Skins game, as 4 elite PGA golfers face off with $4 million on the line. Black Friday game day tees off with Capital One Skins game at 9 a.m. Eastern before the big Bears-Eagles game at 3 p.m. And it culminates with a double dose of Emirates NBA Cup action featuring Bucks-Knicks at 7 p.m. and Mavs-Lakers at 10 p.m. Only on Prime.
What does Zyn give you? Not just smoke-free nicotine satisfaction, but real freedom. Freedom to do what you love and choose your rewards. With Zyn Rewards, you can redeem points for premium tech, outdoor gear, and gift cards to your favorite retailers. Find your Zyn and keep finding rewards that fit your lifestyle at zyn.com/rewards. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Folks, fuel your game day with the unbeatable crunch of Hampton Farms, the official peanut of bowl season. Perfect for sharing with friends, tailgating outside the stadium, or cheering from the couch. Grab a bag from the produce aisle of your local grocery store and savor the game one peanut at a time. Let's get nutty.
Don Le Batard.
Teammate athletes can't shoot from three. Now they're gonna see a different Jimmy. Now he's just playing Nickelback in the locker room, and
Stugotz.
they'll play D and shoot threes as they chase the Nets for the 6th seed. These 5 words in his head scream, are we winning games yet?
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Zaslow, just for the record, is out of control.
He's cooking right
now. So let's slow the show down. Do your little Thanksgiving.
Might do a landman to him, Dan.
I have another looks like read by the legend Bob Lee.
Okay, let's see what that is.
Stephen A. Smith looks like the family member at Thanksgiving that takes personal offense when someone else declares the sweet potato is the best dish over the stuffing.
Back to your show.
How did we get this sound from ESPN? This doesn't seem to be...
How did we get Bob Lee to respond to that email?
You guys have noticed that Zaslow is flying high. He has yelled at Tony, are you high? Get a clue. You're out to lunch twice.
Guy's wrong.
Twice you're out to lunch. Who did you say was looking like a fool? I was having a hard time keeping up. You said, "Oh, yo, Ben Stiller. Yo, Ben Stiller, you look like a fool."
He does.
And you're saying that someone's doing nothing? Oh, yes, Adam Silver's doing nothing. I'm having trouble keeping up with you because you're shooting radio shrapnel in every direction.
Yeah, I'm creating a list today. All right, Tony, you're right at the very top. You might be able to work yourself off. I don't know. I can't.
How do you keep Adam Silver at the top of the list? How about that? Let's keep the main thing right now.
Ben Stiller, Adam Silver for sure. Yes, I'm crafting a list on today's show.
Okay, but Tony's got an objection to Zaz in general, and I need to get to UM stuff here because I know Mike is annoying, but he's got some.
What's going on with him?
He's got some good points, and I really do love that Miami as a conversation piece. It exists in sports teams. This Miami team exists to be the conversation piece that gets people arguing, which makes all of this stuff work. As long as you care and you're going to get outraged about the 13th team, then they'll go to 24 in a couple of years so Mike can get into the playoffs every year and shut up for a while.
I'd like to go to the playoff every year. I'd like to go to Charlotte. Look,
that'd be cute.
We lost the dumb one. I'm sorry. We shouldn't have lost that game. The bummer about it was that we were all screaming, saying, "Hey, you're going to lose a dumb one if you keep this going," and they did. But Miami's learned from that, and Miami's a different team today. And I think there's a lot of groupthink, and the question that is being asked by most morons is, what would happen if the two teams played today, Miami and Notre Dame? Allow me to tell you what would happen, because I went back and I watched that game between Miami and Notre Dame. That was a physical line of scrimmage beatdown. There was meat on the bone for Miami. Miami was very, very close to making that a 21-point game in the fourth quarter.
It was a 3-point game.
I understand where it finished. And the way that Notre Dame climbed back into that game and made the final score look better than how the game actually played out was Miami got penalties and Miami ran predictable A-gap offense.
Yep.
Miami has since learned from that. Notre Dame is not the only team that is different from that game. Miami has improved and learned from SMU. What would happen if Notre Dame played Miami today? What would happen if Miami played Louisville today? What would happen if Miami played SMU today? We can do this all day, but I can tell you what would happen if Miami played Notre Dame.
You could do this all day.
I would. I have in my group chats. I do.
And on Twitter.
I just texted, does anybody know an AP voter? You should be working them. And the coaches, more on that in a second. But Miami would beat up Notre Dame, and I think it would look worse. You've heard every excuse in the book for why Notre Dame performed that way week one. This is our quarterback's first start. Okay. He was the best player on that team. You got a Heisman sexy hot pick that got 10 carries and he finished for 33 yards in that game. C.J. Carr wasn't the problem. C.J. Carr was pretty freaking awesome in that game. Oh, we had a new DC. So did we. Miami had a new defensive coordinator, and that's absent from the discussion. You're the only team that's allowed to have a new DC. The game was 27-24. I feel like there were more points on the board for Miami to score than there were for Notre Dame. I think Miami's defense is even better than they were week one against Notre Dame. So, yeah, spot the ball and let's play that game.
So what's your big question?
My question right now is, why isn't the rest of the nation seeing this? that Miami is a damn good team, that you look at the teams ahead of Miami, and if you spot the ball in the middle of that field, Miami can win these games. Miami's not getting outmatched when it comes to talent. Miami beat themselves in their 2 losses. Miami, with a team like that, that's built the way they are along the line of scrimmage, they are not getting blown out in a game. There's a lot of teams in that top 12 that I'm looking at. I'm like, they don't have a snowball's chance in hell.
That's your question?
Miami's not one of those two.
That's your question?
Don't the results matter?
The results should matter.
Isn't that what your argument has been?
The results should.
So it doesn't matter if they beat themselves; they lost the games.
I understand.
That's your question, though?
Yes.
Okay, because my question is, would every GM in the NBA, or definitely every GM in the NBA, take Kel'el Ware over Stephen Castle?
All right, but I don't know what's happening around here when Mike has now invoked snowball's chance in hell. Like, not a snowball.
It's a bummer. Miami's going to go 21-4 over their last 2 seasons and be shut out. Now, last year, I did the propaganda thing a little late. They blew a 21-point lead at Syracuse. They were a flawed team. We got what we deserved last year.
You can admit they'd cancel the NBA season if the Spurs took Kel'el Ware over Stephen Castle and you have Ware and Wemby.
It would be over.
They cancel the season, right?
I agree.
You understand? Tony, you understand that, right?
No.
Or are you still out to lunch?
No.
You might still be out to lunch.
What does that mean as an insult? Out to lunch.
That means I'm not here, Dan, but I'm here.
Chris,
10 toes down.
Chris, I need to slow the show down because sports arguments keep breaking out. I need you to
I'm standing. He's sitting, by the way.
Throw some Thanksgiving stuff in here.
I'm allowed comfort.
I also have to keep Tony off of Zaslow because Tony is disgusted by the way that Zaslow represented ESPN in Madison.
What? Why?
There's
What
this guy.
happened?
Look at him. Look at him.
What?
Just look at
Yeah.
him. Put the camera on him.
Look
Put
at
the
me.
camera on him right now. Put the camera on him.
Look at that.
Please.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Like, you have stuff. You have money to go and purchase things, and you go purchase that?
Yo, don't pocket watch me.
I'm not pocket watching you. I'm just looking at you and saying like,
I'm very pleased with the way I look there. What, are you kidding me? I got a nice ESPN radio hoodie.
That was free.
And I'm not dressed like an Eskimo like the girls.
It was 20.
Whoa.
Hey, it was 20 degrees.
We can say that. No, we can say that.
Play on.
We can say that again.
It was 20 degrees, and you're
was.
not. How
Can't say
freezing were you?
indigenous person.
How cold were you? That 20 degrees and windy, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I'm doing the
Those
show
shoes.
outside for 3 hours.
Those shoes
In like regular socks? In regular
yeah.
socks in 20.
And I didn't bring my long johns either. I should have.
All right,
Dan, I look good in long johns.
Wait a minute.
Think of where we are as a society, where you tell your daughter, give me an indigenous person kiss.
An Eskimo kiss. They're nice.
Zaslow was dressed
You
in
look good in long johns? Don't they go under your
Tony-
clothes?
Oh, I look good.
Tony-
Well, but before I put the clothes on.
He's got himself looking in the mirror in long johns, being like,
Look,
yeah, this is it.
Look, but if
Honey.
okay.
Let me FaceTime you.
Look, can I just tell? Can
I've
I
done
just?
that.
Indigenous person kiss.
Tony, if he were on the road with ESPN representing the height of
It's a classy picture.
college
Mint coat in Vegas.
audio, okay, so
You heard that, Zaz? Mink coat. You didn't even know what a mink is,
all right,
buddy.
so-
You look like Tyler Durden.
all right, listen. To
I don't
me.
know who that is.
That's
Slow
fight,
down, Dan.
It's Fight Club.
That's
Yes.
because you're a movie sucker.
You haven't even seen Dodgeball, buddy. What are you talking about?
Slow down! Everybody
Fight Club.
stop!
Yes, I have. I just didn't know the name.
You know, Fight Club was the second date I had with my wife.
Nobody cares.
We watched Fight Club together.
Stay focused, mint coat.
Thank you, Chris. Get the Thanksgiving ready for me,
It was
please.
chinchilla, by the way, not
I'm
mink.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Chris, grab a hold of the show and grab a hold of the Thanksgiving thing
do your job.
so that I can have a tether to if Tony were allowed to represent ESPN's audio coverage of King's Sport on Saturdays, Tony would be dressed far differently headed to Madison, Wisconsin than Zaz is as he throws on a hoodie, does morning windy radio, freezing his ass off, can't possibly do the show well or looking good because it's too cold, because it's winter in Madison.
It's going to be inside, but he looks like Gino Fuentes. So Gino Fuentes wears every single day to be back there.
I'm very pleased with how I look there. I am representing South Florida with that look right there. And how dare you assume that I didn't do a great show? I roll out of bed, I knock it out of the park.
You were cold. You sounded cold.
We hear your teeth on the
You
broadcast.
sounded cold. You're going to deny? Are you going to deny that you
Remember, what do you think?
that you toughed through the broadcast, but it sounded like you were outdoors and that you were cold.
I had no gloves.
It's a morning.
Who goes to Madison with no
I
gloves?
had no gloves. Were you able to hear me rubbing the hand warmers together during the show?
Zaslow, listen to me. This is the work of an amateur. He did this last season. You cannot go into a winter in Madison the way that team plays football and not expect a bone chill through your bones in late
I
November.
think it's still autumn.
We said it was going to be 40 degrees. I think it's 20 and windy, and I think I could hear how cold Zaslow was on the radio, and only the radio professional in him was able to tough it out.
Persevere.
I dare say that Zaslow has never worked in worse conditions. Have you?
It was rough. It was rough.
You know, you could put another jacket on top of the sweater, right?
Whatever,
you could
man.
Throw another jacket
Whatever.
on
I didn't pack
and then
another
be
one.
warm.
You ever did one of those remotes from Tire Kingdom?
Zaslow.
I did. I was with the ticket chicks.
Guys, wait a minute. Come on. Can we just marvel at this?
Ticket people. Sorry, Jeremy.
Can we marvel at this adult toddler? Look, you tell me if this happens year one, game one. Okay, I understand. He did this last year. He had time to...
This is how you're supposed to dress, Dan, right there. Imagine me
like
saying
that?
ESPN radio.
Tyler Durden looking ass.
That's a suit, okay, with a chinchilla on top,
Zaslow
buddy.
has to do this as a punishment.
Tony, if you were given this
That's a cigar right there, Zaz.
If you were given this opportunity, Tony, you command Saturday's airwaves on, I don't know how many, 300 channels?
That's right.
Yeah, I would be dressed just like that, making things happen, dressing for the occasion. I'd be like Walt Frazier out there, okay?
Good reference by the young fella.
And you with one jacket on, freezing your ass off, Chief Tatter.
Was it a jacket? It was a hood sweater.
Freezing. You.
Would you be willing to concede that you've never sounded colder on the air?
It doesn't. It wasn't that cold, actually.
I heard your teeth.
And it doesn't even matter they didn't have a cold. I control my own blood. I was fine.
Mike, do you want to just know how it is that you sound talking about the University of Miami? I just
How
want
my tone was good.
Okay, no, your tone. I agree.
The question that I wanted to ask is do you think Notre Dame would beat Miami if they played today? Because I don't.
Mike, I did think your tone was good. I thought your argument was good. I didn't think there was a lot of room for Jeremy to have rebuttals. He did have some rebuttals I would have liked to have heard, but he couldn't quite get in over this.
So did we. So did we. Again, good tone. So did we.
All right, the tone got away from me there, but
that's the only way.
I felt like I'm presenting a compelling argument.
So did we.
Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads,
Cuervo.
I think he could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.